Hello and welcome back to English Bravo. I'm Tom and I'm so glad you are here with me today. Let me ask you a question, a very important question about learning. Why do some people seem to just keep going year after year with their English? And why do others, after just a few weeks or a few months, just stop? Why does one student keep practicing even when it gets tough while another loses their motivation completely? Today we are digging deep into the secret ingredient for long-term success. We're talking about an idea made famous by the author Angela Duckworth in her book Grit. Grit means you have a deep passion for something and you have the perseverance to stick with it for the long haul. It means you care about your goal and you don't quit when things get challenging. So why do you sometimes feel lazy? Why do you feel like stopping? The researcher who wrote the book studied thousands of people, students, world-class athletes, military cadets and successful professionals. She looked for the one thing that separated the long-term achievers from everyone else. It wasn't raw talent. It wasn't being the smartest person in the room. It wasn't even luck. It was something inside. It was grit. Grit is made of two powerful parts. The first is passion. Passion means you have a deep, genuine love for what you are doing. When you truly enjoy the sound of English, when you feel a spark of happiness just listening to a new sentence or reading a poem, that is passion. It's not just about finding English useful, it's about finding it meaningful. The second part is perseverance. Perseverance means you refuse to give up, even when the path gets difficult. When you try to speak English, you will make mistakes. You will feel shy. You will say the wrong thing. That is normal. Perseverance is when you try again the next day. That is what we are talking about today. How to build that inner strength, that unstoppable drive, so that learning English becomes a permanent part of your life. Are you ready to explore this? Let's begin. Short, reflective music sting. Grit, the engine that keeps you going. The author tells us that grit is the engine that keeps you running when everyone else stops for gas. Grit means you have a vision, a dream of fluent English, and you keep taking action towards it, even when the journey feels long and slow. Imagine learning English. In the beginning, everything feels like climbing uphill. You can't catch the speed of native speakers. You forget new words 5 minutes after learning them. You feel awkward talking to strangers. But if you keep going, you listen to podcasts, you watch short videos, you read one page every night, you practice speaking in the shower, and you never stop. That is grit in action. You are growing. You are not stopping. The research shows that successful people, the ones who achieve big, long-term goals, they share this quality. They keep moving when others quit. So if you are still here, still listening, still trying to improve, you already possess grit. You are already training it. Talent versus consistency, the daily habit. The author makes a very clear point. Talent is not enough. Some people are naturally gifted. They pick up languages quickly. They sound smart right away. But if they lack the daily habit, if they don't put in the slow, steady work, their initial talent fades away. Then you have the second type of learner. They might learn slowly. They might sound awkward at first. But they are consistent. They practice every single day. Consistency means doing something again and again and again. After 6 months, the person who studied just 10 minutes every day will often speak better English than the talented person who only studies for 3 hours every Saturday. Why? Because consistency builds momentum. When you listen every day, your ear adapts. When you speak every day, your mouth muscles get faster. When you write every day, your ideas become clearer. You grow not with big sudden jumps, but with small, predictable daily steps. The secret is simple. Show up. Redefining failure, the gritty mindset. People with grit don't necessarily fail less often. They just have a different relationship with failure. When a person without grit makes a mistake, they see it as a stop sign. They think, I failed. This means I am not good enough. But the gritty person sees failure as data. They see it as part of the process. When you try to speak and the other person doesn't understand you, that's a signal. It tells you, okay, Try using simpler words next time. Or, I need to practice the th sound more. Every mistake is a lesson if you choose to see it that way. Perseverance is the act of learning that lesson and getting back up to try again immediately. It's not about being perfect, it's about being relentless in your effort to improve. Cultivating passion and finding your why. Passion is the fire that keeps you warm during the cold times. It's the deep enjoyment that makes you want to study, even on a day when you are tired or bored. The author notes that passion often doesn't arrive in one big flash. It grows. You might start learning English for a simple reason, maybe for a test. But then, you discover you love understanding the lyrics to an English song. Then you make a new friend online who speaks English. Then you realize you can watch a documentary on a topic you love in the original language. Slowly, your reason for learning deepens. Your passion grows because you are connecting English to things you already care about. This leads directly to your purpose. Purpose is your why. It's the deep reason you are investing your time. Is your purpose to get a better career? To connect with family overseas? To read classic literature in its original form? When you feel tired, your purpose is the anchor that holds you steady. Ask yourself, why did I start this journey? That answer is your fuel. Practice with focus, quality over quantity. Grit isn't just about practicing a lot. It's about practicing smartly. It's the difference between mindless repetition and deliberate practice. Don't just read a word on a page. Use it. Speak it aloud. Write it in 3 different sentences. When you listen to English, don't just let it wash over you. Actively listen for your core words. Pause the audio. Repeat the sentence exactly as the speaker said it, copying their rhythm. This focused intentional practice builds solid fluency pathways in your brain much faster than passive study. This kind of deep practice isn't always fun. Sometimes it's repetitive, but that repetition, that focused effort, is what transforms basic knowledge into automatic skill. Building hope, the power of small wins. Finally, grit requires hope. Hope is the belief that your actions today will lead to a better result tomorrow. When you make a mistake, hope is what allows you to say, okay, that didn't work. Let's try a different approach tomorrow. Hope is the opposite of quitting. It's an active choice. Every small success, understanding a new phrase, having one short, clear conversation is an act of hope that builds your confidence. So my friends, you already have everything you need. Grit is not a gift you are born with. It is a muscle you train. Every time you choose to open your book instead of watching another show, you are training your grit muscle. Every time you repeat a difficult sound, you are training your perseverance. Every time you find meaning in a new English sentence, you are building your passion. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Keep watering that seed. Keep walking that path. Thank you so much for joining me today on English Bravo. You are learning not just a language, but a powerful life skill. I'm Tom. Until next time, keep practicing, keep believing, and keep building your beautiful, confident English voice. Bye for now.